Hey everyone, Final here. Today, I'll show you my quick and easy process for applying Warhammer transfers. All that you need to get started is a product called Micro Set and Micro Sol, something flat to move and pick up the transfers. I'm using this Army Painter dry brush, an old brush to apply the Micro Set and Micro Sol, and some cotton swabs. For some optional steps later on, I'll be using Vallejo matte varnish and Citadel's Ard Coat, although any gloss varnish would work here. Speaking of the gloss varnish, a lot of people online will say to apply it first before trying to apply the transfer. I've seen a bunch of reasons, from protecting your paint, to better adhesion, to blending the transfer better. I don't personally see a reason for it, but I'll run through the process anyway, and you can decide for yourself which you prefer. Alright, let's get started. First, I'll soak the transfer for a couple of minutes to separate it from the paper. While the transfer is soaking, I'll apply a layer of Micro Set to prepare the surface. I'll apply a pretty decent amount onto it. When I pick up the transfer, I'll try and wipe off any water droplets that are stuck onto it. Then I'll just plop it on there and kind of push it into position. If it starts to have a hard time moving, I'll apply a little bit more Micro Set and try again. Once I'm happy with where it is, I'll use a cotton swab to absorb any of the excess Micro Set. Make sure to press on the transfer to squeeze out the excess, but don't pull because you might end up moving the transfer. It's a little hard to see, but the transfer isn't sitting neatly on the pauldron. It's a little bit wrinkly in this area. If you try to press on it now, it'll end up moving part of the transfer or ripping it completely. To solve that issue, I'll apply a little bit of Micro Sol only to the transfer. The Micro Sol will soften the transfer, helping it conform better to the shape of the pauldron. I'll let that sit for about half an hour or so. Once it's dry, it's almost perfect except for the couple of wrinkles still remaining. I'll use a cotton swab to very gently smooth out the wrinkles. Be careful here because the transfer is very soft and can rip easily. There we go, nice and smooth. It's hard to see in the video, but the transfer is slightly shinier than the rest of the pauldron. If you don't mind that, you can call the transfer done right here. It does bug me a little bit, so I'll take one step further. I'll apply some matte varnish, thinned 1:1 with water, to the whole area. This will help the transfer blend in better. Once the matte varnish dries, you can see that the transfer is less shiny, and now it blends in a lot better. Now I can declare this transfer done. For the gloss varnish method, I'll apply a little bit of Ard Coat thinned 1:1 with water. I'm gonna give it half an hour to dry, just to be safe. I couldn't tell at first, but it definitely is dry now. From here, it's basically the same steps. First a Micro Set, then apply the transfer, move it into place, soak up the excess Micro Set, apply the Micro Sol, let it dry, and then smooth out the wrinkles. Because of how glossy everything is, I'll definitely be applying the matte varnish, again thinned 1:1 with water. It still wasn't looking great after it dried, so I applied a second coat of thinned matte varnish. There we go, a lot better. Not too shiny, and the transfer blends in. There was a little wrinkle there that I missed, but it's hard to see in person. Here they are side by side. The left one I applied the transfer directly to the paint. In the right one I added a layer of gloss varnish first. For me, I'll still keep going with the first method. But if you want to be better safe than sorry, it doesn't hurt to go with the gloss varnish first. Oh, before I forget, one little tip. If you're building ultramarines and you want to apply their transfer, I would recommend making a little cut on the transfer. Of course, before you put it in the water. That'll make it easier for the symbol to sit properly. Otherwise, it starts to fold on itself. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.